Hello, everybody. Welcome to week 2 of the Wednesday Night Dash Truck Series. Tonight we're at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And once again, I'm your host, Trevor Kratzer. Alongside me in the booth tonight, William Rasmussen. We have a pretty big field again here tonight. I think we have about 22 cars, so just as big as last week. We got qualifying coming up here in about a minute, so in that time, so I don't forget like I did last week, let's go over the House of Hockey highlights, or the House of Hockey ad. Sorry. So in this week's episode of House of Hockey, Ray is joined by Kirsten Krull, the energetic in-game host for the Minnesota Wild and the voice behind the Bar Down Beauties podcast. This duo discusses the heart and soul of hockey in Minnesota, covering the 2024 Men's Frozen Four, and even a little Taylor Swift talk. Tune in to House of Hockey Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern, right here on Stadium Scene TV. So I forgot to do that last week until the very end, so...
You're getting in done early. Alright.
As we take a look at the practice standings here, Hunter Hughes back up top after his win last week. His first win since, I believe, season 6 of in the GT3 series. So it was a really good race for him, and also he took season 7 and 8 off in the broadcast booth. That win came at Laguna Seca in the GT3 season on May 17th of 2023. As we get ready for qualifying right here, we're going to keep an eye, at least at the beginning, with who everybody probably want to see is the number 18 of Hunter Hughes if he comes out of the pits here. There he is.
Yep, he's off.
Yeah, Hunter Hughes off, looking for a pole. Started P2 in last week's race, right behind Colton Gardner.
Colton unfortunately could not make that pole position into a win. We'll see. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe Hunter starts from pole and Colton gets the win.
As Hunter Hughes offers first lap in the number 18 purple
Smoky Mountain
truck.
Purple truck.
In the purple Ford coming around to start his first flying lap is Hunter Hughes.
Into turn 1.
Little slide.
Oh, he gets big loose.
Gets loose around turn 2. That's going to lose him a few tenths of a second.
Toss him all the way down the straight. Alright, he'll be definitely thinking now, get a good exit. I want to do good on this next lap. And so far, the number 7 car is in the lead.
The 31 of Vinny Silva with the fastest lap, I believe. Or no,
Ian now jumps to the top.
Yeah, Ian Miller, E1, Vinny Silva down to 3rd. That lap by Hunter Hughes, P5, only 3/10 off with that big slide. So a clean lap here. He's definitely going to be looking pretty good as he's coming across the start-finish. And Hunter Hughes to P1.
Top. Yep. Oh, tied. Ian Miller.
Ian Miller and Hunter Hughes tied. Colton Gardner all the way down in 7th after pole last week.
Colton did not have a good quali, but Ian Miller, a shock.
As we still got 2.5 minutes left of quali here.
Still a few people who haven't qualied, so maybe.
Looks like nobody.
Colton to the top.
Oh, Colton Gardner.
Colton
Back
Gardner
to
to
pole
P1
with
by
Hunter Hughes
hardly
behind.
anything. Eric Richardson to P4. Very close. The top 4 within a tenth.
As we get the number 8 back out here and currently in P5 looking to improve. Also the 76 who is all the way in 14th. He's looking to get a better lap. Although not really much you can do at Atlanta besides hold it wide open and hug the inside line basically.
Is Atlanta wide open? Maybe in the truck.
Yeah, it is. And in the cup car.
Oh, okay. Looks like he's on an in-lap. Yep, practicing pit stops. And he's going to have to do some more practice than that because he can't be doing that in the race. I like this strategy, getting all the practice you can. Especially with the one...
As qualifying wraps up here with just a minute left, let's take a look at your info for tonight's race. So, as we said, we're at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Atlanta 105 presented by FR Racing Stadium Scene TV. If we look at the About for Atlanta, located in Hampton, Georgia, USA, opened in 1960, the 1.54 mile track with 24 degrees of banking. And if we look at the session rules, once again, 40-minute practice with a 5-minute qualifying. Tonight's race is 70 laps with a competition caution at lap 35. And then we take a look at our Wednesday night dash rules quick. There's race 2 of 10 for the season. Races are approximately 45 minutes with a caution/stage break at halfway. So tonight at lap 35, no stage breaks on road courses, however, but tonight it's not a road course, so we don't have to worry about that. Competition caution is the only caution, except for large-scale wrecks with over half the field. NASCAR point system and bonus points for pole, lap led, and the most laps led, and a stage win, once again on ovals. As the cars are gridding, let's pull a driver here for an interview quick. So let's see who is in the call. Let's take Ian Miller from P3. Hello, Ian. You got us?
Yes, I do.
All right, Ian. So unless something changed, which I'm pretty sure it didn't. Oh, I gotta
stage break at 35.
Turn off the sound. Hold up. Okay, I accidentally had voice chat on again. So yeah, I think you were exactly tied with Hunter Hughes.
Yes.
For third place. So, not gonna lie, I kind of forget where you finished last week, but since Hunter Hughes won,
so did I.
Since Hunter Hughes won, obviously it wasn't a win. So, what are you looking to do today to get up, maybe into that spot or just onto the podium?
You know what? Save tires. Come back second half of the stint. I'm sure I'll fall back in the pack a little bit, but keep it clean, save tires, and attack at the end of the stint. That seems to work pretty well for me. I know Colton tends to run a pretty similar strategy, so he feels like my main competition tonight.
So nothing. You don't feel Hunter Hughes is any competition, or?
Oh no! I didn't say that at all. And I've raced with Colton enough to know that I can trust his strategy. So as long as I can keep his pace, I should do pretty well.
All right, Will, you got any questions?
Yeah. So if I recall the last race, you were catching him there for quite a bit, and then you burned up your tires on like the last few laps. Do you think today maybe you'll go save your tires, like you said? Do you think you'll go like try and get to the lead in the start at all, or you're just gonna hang behind?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what comes my way. But jumping for the lead is certainly not the goal.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Ian, and good luck.
Thank you kindly.
And as the cars, that was Ian Miller, by the way, and as they go out for the pace lap, let's take a look at the standings after week 1. So, like we said, in first, Hunter Hughes with 43 points with the win. And not the staged win, however, I don't think. Did he? Will?
No, I think it was Hunter.
No, I think it
got
was
both.
Colton. Oh, okay, so
No,
Hunter
I think
Hughes.
no, because Hunter jumped in turn 1.
Oh, yeah. So Hunter Hughes
Yeah.
in the lead, Colton Gardner in second, then David Buchanan, Lane Snow, Ian Miller, who we just spoke to, P5, Nick Warboy, Vinny Silva, Toby Wedgwood, Justin Knives, Richard Shaw, rounding out your top 10 as we get ready to go green here for week 2 in the Wednesday Night Dash series.
Let's see if Colton Gardner can nail his start this time, because last race lost the lead directly out of turn 1. So we'll see.
As they
As
post
green flag
in the air, week 2 of the Wednesday Night Dash is underway. Good start by the number 40 of Colton Gardner once again, taking the lead.
Pulls away this time.
Right off the start.
Not at all a good jump. Falling back. These two have started to gap each other. Colton and Hunter, how we saw last race, both of them just working together to drive away from the rest of the pack.
Hunter Hughes staying in second, riding right behind Colton Gardner in P1. Ian Miller still back in third. Looks like he's running the high side, trying to keep into the draft. Down on his inside, looking for moves. Eric Richardson can't quite make anything happen yet.
It seems to be that high line is working for Ian. He's catching the two lead drivers. Two Smoky Mountain Racing.
As a little farther back, we have the number 13 of Eric Richardson trying to hold off Brian McKinney for position number 4. Brian McKinney on his outside trying to make that line work. As we come around turn 3 here, Brian McKinney with the edge, and he'll clear Eric Richardson, who is now stuck on the low side. Or on the... Yeah. Stuck down low.
Looks like that high line has got tons of momentum going. Seems like everybody running the high line has been much quicker than the low line.
Eric Richardson continuing to fall back all the way to 6th now, and a second behind the lead pack. Hunter Hughes staying right on the tail of Colton Gardner. Now he looks to the inside.
Can't quite get it done on corner exit. There's still side.
And almost 3 wide here.
Clear. Hunter Hughes back to the lead. Slide job
Dylan Barons.
Dylan
Barons up to P3 there. Blinked out for a second, and all of a sudden he was in third, and out of the inside of Ian Miller goes Brian McKinney once again, making his way up through the field.
It seems like that low line just suddenly got quick again.
We see Hunter Hughes back into the lead once again in the Wednesday Night Dash series, with Colton Gardner staying right behind him, just like what we saw last week.
Everyone's staying very close to each other. Hunter Hughes just getting Dylan passing Colton Gardner, the pole sitter. Dylan up to P2. Seeming like he does not care about saving anything. He wants to be in the front.
Now we got another battle for P3 here. Looks like Brian McKinney trying to overtake Colton Gardner. Can't quite get it done.
We spoke to earlier. Still trying to run that high line. He's dropped back to P5.
Yeah, Ian Miller back to 5th here. As we approach lap number 8 of the race. Everybody now shuffles out single file for the most part.
Like Ian's still running that high, very high line. It's just a slight gap opening up between him and the leaders. Alright, so we've seen the start. They're starting to settle in now. Trevor, who do you think is going to be your pick for the driver to win this race?
As I say that, here comes Hunter Hughes back to the inside.
Back to the...
Or is that a lap car?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a lap car. I don't know, but it has caused Ian to catch up, and he's still gaining on the lead pack. As yes, I do think it's a lap car.
But anyways, my pick for the win here has to be Hunter Hughes once again. Great restart and getting to the lead early.
No,
as also that was a pass for the lead. It was Hunter Hughes
that was
overtaking Dylan Behrens.
outside.
I apologize for that. We didn't even see Dylan Behrens take the lead.
No, he's not in the lead. He's second.
He was in the lead, and then Hunter Hughes
Yeah.
passed him again.
As that battle at the front has caused Ian and his pack to catch all the way up to the leaders.
And
now he's
Ian
looking
Miller
for a pass.
looking back to the
P4.
inside of Brian McKinney here for fourth.
As they're still staying side by side. Not quite. Can't get it done. Brian McKinney keeps that spot for now. There's some more side by side action going through turn 1 and 2. As this lead pack, these top, seeming like
He's top about 10 or so, top 9.
Sticking together. Top 9. Top 9, I mean.
Yeah, top 9 all separated by about 1.5 seconds. So actually, the top 8 all separated by a second
Okay,
here.
yeah. There you go. There's just tons of shuffling going around here. It seems like they're all driving like it's the last lap. Is that 3 wide going into
Yeah,
turn
so they're almost
3?
going 3
Not
wide.
quite. That's Eric gonna try and go up the inside of Ian. Can't quite make it work. He looks to have lost some momentum by doing that. As Ian's got a good run on Brian McKinney. As he's dropped back from the leaders a little bit. Ian trying to make that high line work. As, just runs out of room on the outside.
As we go to our blimp view presented by FR-Racing here. Hunter Hughes still in the lead.
Side by side, Ian does complete the pass.
Yeah, they're side by side with number 48.
48 just trying to get him. The 8 side drafting him all the way down the straight. As Ian now completes the pass.
As right now we're looking at the fight, the battle for P4. Here's Brian McKinney looking to draft and maybe get the position back, but behind them, Eric Richardson, that gives him the chance to catch right back up. As now the top 3 have basically separated themselves from the rest of the pack.
These 3 really need to get a move on and start working together if they're going to want to have a chance at catching up to that lead pack. It seems like the top 3 have been just very calm in this race. Oh, that's Eric Richardson in the wall, but should still get the pass done on Brian McKinney, who's fallen back quite a bit. So around the outside goes Eric. Completes that pass. Brian McKinney seems to be struggling on only lap 16. As they're the top 3 separated by almost nothing as we come around turn 1 and 2. Top 3 very close. Ian trying to stay behind.
With Colton Gardner right here
with the number 40
in third. As he's behind Dylan Behrens right here. Let's see if he makes a move, or at least looks for it, as the top 3 is pulled away by about a second to the rest of the pack.
As they continue to extend their gap from the cars behind. Seems like Hunter Hughes just slowly driving away like he did yesterday. Or not yesterday, last week.
As let's go back on board with Colton Gardner. As everything's basically settled so far here, and now we're just chilling single file, coming up soon to 15 laps to go left in stage number 1. Colton Gardner looking to the inside of Dylan Behrens here. Just lets Hunter Hughes pull away to about a 1 or half of a second gap to the guys behind. Colton Gardner is still trying to make that inside work.
I think they were side by side.
As here we go, side by side for
Can't quite get to the door.
P2, not quite. Can't quite get there. As let's not go to our pit lane cam. Let's go to our chopper cam. As we look at our battle for second right now.
It's Colton once again looking at the inside in turn 1. Getting mighty close, but that... Oh! Dylan in the wall!
Oh,
That's
Dylan in the wall! Here comes Colton Gardner to
through.
P2.
Colton Gardner looks like a repeat of last week.
Colton Gardner now.
Hughes is just checking out. Colton Gardner battling for P2.
Over 7/10 behind Hunter Hughes, who was just pulled out to the lead.
It looks like Ian's still barely hanging on to the back of these cars. As I say that, the gap is starting to open up a bit. And then we have a bunch of cars, P6 on the back. Looks to be very close with each other. As Colton Gardner starting to close that gap up to Hunter Hughes.
And
we remember at the start of the race, Ian told us that Colton likes to save it to the end. Well, we're only about just over 10 laps to the finish of the stage, so maybe Colton's starting to pick up the pace a bit.
And as I'm looking at the Twitch viewer count, we got 2 people tuning in to watch us tonight, so welcome and thank you for staying for the stream. We do have 10 watching on YouTube, so once again, thank you everybody for coming out tonight. As we see Colton
Gardner with an amazing
starting to push here,
right up to the bow of Hunter,
with 12 to go in the stage.
Maybe he's going a bit too early, you think?
That gap is way down. Now to just almost 2/10 of a second.
Now.
Gap down to 1/10. Looks like he's gonna make this pass with ease here. Once he catches up.
Do you think he's gonna go for the pass? Oh yeah, he's got to run. He's
right. Less than a car length behind him. Looks to the high side of Hunter Hughes. As we also got a fight for P3. About a second and a half back. Colton Gardner looks to the inside.
Colton Gardner.
Colton Gardner side by side.
The rate that he's been catching should be a relatively easy move. Although he hasn't been able to run the high line like he normally has been.
As here we can take a look at both the battle for the lead and the battle for P3. As just 10 to go now in the stage.
Now, if we remember to that, when we talked to Ian earlier, both of them were planning to save their stuff till the end. Well, both of them are making a late charge in this stage. As Colton Gardner with a big run going into turn 1 has to back off.
And any of you non-Americans out there, you can see the speed in kilometers per hour. But if we're being honest, Who even knows what a kilometer is?
What the fuck is
As
this?
Colton Gardner
This time he
looks
gets
once
the
again to the
He's been
outside.
running that outside.
And he just can't make the move.
Not there.
Whether he's not trying to make it yet, try to save his tires here for the last, say, 3 to 5 laps of the stage, or maybe he just can't make a move.
No, I think he's trying. Look at that. He's right on the back on the exit of 2. We could see him move into 3. Looks to the inside, side by side. Turn 3. Coming to turn
Looks to the
4.
inside. Hunter Hughes.
Hunter Hughes with the
momentum on the outside.
Can't get it done.
Dang. Into the lead as these guys are just checking out from the rest of the pack here. About a 2-second gap now.
And it looks like Ian has finally got past Dylan, and Dylan has dropped back hard. Ian Miller is starting to catch back up to these guys now.
And,
it seems to be about every 2 laps, Colton Gardner gets a run and a shot at Hunter Hughes. We might see this lap going into turn 3. Might make a move. He uses that high line for the better exit off the corner. As he's really close now on exit. He is really close. They are side by side.
Here comes Colton Gardner looking high. Can he finally make the move?
Yeah. He's still holding
Colton Gardner
out there. No, not quite
make it.
Definitely got the momentum.
It's now side by side, heading into turn number 1. Just 5 to go in stage number 1.
He's
Colton
got
Gardner
the run
on the outside.
Yes,
huge run on the outside.
Plenty clear. And
finally, he
does
clears for P1. Colton Gardner for the first time in about 30 laps back to the race lead.
As
Hunter Hughes looking back to the inside.
The outside should easily give the run to Colton.
4 to go in the stage.
As you can see in the background, Ian not catching much, but maybe with Hunter Hughes, he's burned off his tires. Ian could make a late comeback and possibly get P2 in this stage. As Hunter, although I say that, Hunter is not fallen off the back of Colton Gardner.
Hunter Hughes back to the inside. Not quite going to have enough. Just 3 to go in stage 1. Right there across the line. Colton Gardner still leads after giving up the lead to Hunter Hughes pretty early on in the race. However, unlike last week, this time he was able to get it back.
Yeah. Like that high line is still working wonders for Colton Gardner. Just Hunter Hughes can't find the momentum off the corner to make a run or a pass on Colton Gardner. You're coming to white flag.
Yeah, and around turn 3, heading into turn 4, coming up to the white flag here. 1 to go in the stage.
Once again, the gap is just starting to open up on the exit of the corner. Up to 5/10 now.
Oh, never mind. That is the stage. I forgot they end it on the start of the lap. So, Colton Gardner gets the stage win. His first stage win of the season, then. As the rest of the cars... The rest of the cars making their way through. Let's take a look at
as
the stage 1 results. Maybe. There it is. Stage 1 results. The 2 Fords making up your top 2. It's Colton Gardner, followed by Hunter Hughes, and then Ian Miller in the Toyota. followed by Eric Johnson, your top Chevy from the stage, followed by two more Fords of Dylan Behrens and Vinny Silva, and then a plethora of Chevrolets, Jax Malin, Brian McKinney, John Miles, and then Bill Malfeld rounding out the top 10. If we look at the bottom 10,
it's not loading.
if we look at the bottom 10, we can't. Okay.
All right.
Let's take a look at
watch the pit stops. It looks like Hunter Hughes right on the back, giving him a little sniff.
as we take a look at your race off pit road.
The 2 leaders have the
Everybody
top 2.
Looks to be coming into the pits cleanly. Number 40 of Colton Gardner, first one into the stall. We'll see if he's the first one out. Hunter Hughes.
Hunter Hughes.
Oh, Hunter Hughes!
And Ian lights him up on exit.
Jumps Colton Gardner out of the pits.
Hunter Hughes, your new leader off the
Hunter
pit lane.
Hughes will lead the start of stage 2. Incredible.
As Ian also dropped back, getting passed by Eric Richardson. Who we
And
saw at the start of last stage had a great start, but then started to fall off towards the end.
And as we head to the start of stage 2 coming up, we need to interview somebody. Let's take a look back at the
Let's do Eric.
standing so far. Yeah, let's do Eric Richardson here if we can pull him in. Eric, you got me.
Hey, howdy, how's it going?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, doing pretty good here.
So, looks like you had a really good pit stop there. Jumped Ian Miller for third. Gonna be honest, I did not see where you started the race at, but I'm pretty sure it was worse than third because I remember who the top 3 were. But, so what are you looking to do here in stage 2 to get onto the podium, or maybe even get into victory lane at the end of the night?
Yeah, it started P4, just trying to keep it clean and keep having some fun out here.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun, especially we had a really good battle for P1 and P3 there near the end of the stage. So, Will, you got any questions for him?
Yeah. So, towards the end of that run, it would look like Hunter Hughes and Colton Gardner just broke away. Ian with them a little bit, and then you started to fall back towards that second pack there. Do you think on this stint you're going to go try and save your tires some more, towards the end, or are you going to try and get out to the lead?
Felt pretty good. Hopefully just watch out for the traffic.
In the back.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize we were going green. I thought we had one more lap. As we're green, Hunter Hughes pulls out by about half a car length to the lead. Colton Gardner on his high side. I know. We got to do it earlier, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe
Colton Gardner falling behind.
Colton Gardner as Dylan Behrens comes to the inside for P3. Ian Miller down to P7. Did not have a good restart at all.
No, Ian Miller with an awful restart, quite frankly. Oh, as I'm blinking.
Dylan up to P3 now, as they're all side by side. It looks like Daytona out here.
Excuse me.
Just
Hunter Hughes.
Not really.
With the lead. Let's take a look back at your blimp cam. Hunter Hughes the lead. Here comes the number 1 at Dylan Behrens for third around Eric Richardson. He's falling way off. Let's take a look at that replay real quick. Oh, he hit the wall. And they hit each other. That let 2 more cars, maybe even 3, back by Eric Richardson, Brian McKinney, and Jax Malin. We're able to get around him as we had a great battle here for P1. It's Hunter Hughes in second, trying to pursue Colton Gardner, who actually got the lead, which we must have missed. Dylan Barron's right with him as well. Dylan Barron's getting a bit of a run, looking to the high side. Now he looks back low. On the back stretch, going into turn 3. Looking to the inside, goes Dylan Barron's. Doesn't quite have enough. Hunter Hughes pulls back away with momentum on the outside.
As Ian side by side in the back.
Yeah, we're side by side for, I believe, 6th back here. That would be with Eric Richardson and Ian Miller, I believe.
Yeah.
As Eric Richardson continuing to fall down. Wow.
That is not good at all for him.
Maybe
we should probably have moved him back earlier.
Maybe we were bad luck or something. Oh, did I just hear a spin?
Oh.
I did. Oh, we got a car spinning.
Oh, spinner in the back.
We got a spinner.
Well, that definitely breaks up this quite a bit as we look at the replay.
Let's take a look at this. If we can see it.
Oh, contact.
Oh, contact.
Who is that?
And he slid up the track. Good job at
everybody avoiding that.
Yeah, everybody avoiding that and him getting around it. As that was the 13 car, it looks like.
So that was Richardson. Well, the bad luck for him on this restart continues.
Yeah, the bad luck for Eric Richardson continues as he is now back to 16th. Basically well out of the race with no yellows, as Colton Gardner, however, holding the lead as we got to fight for 5th. Here, back in the pack, Ian Miller. Right behind
and
Jax
Jax
Malin.
Malin.
They're side by side around turn number 2. Heading onto the back stretch on the outside, Jax Malin with a bit of a run.
He would be getting the draft off Dylan Bernays up front.
It looked clear.
Or no, Brian McKenney.
As Ian Miller back to the inside, able to... He has him by about a nose. Heading to the start-finish side by side.
Ian has him across the line, but we'll see if he can hold it into turn 1. The top 3 still very close to each other. It looks like Ian just moves up the track, trying to squeeze him all he can.
It's now Brian McKinney.
Who has boxed in possibly here.
Brian McKinney losing some pace back in the back, but here we have Hunter Hughes looking back to the lead.
Yep.
And Dylan Barron's with a run. Hunter Hughes to the inside across the start-finish. Barely in second. Dylan Barron's following behind.
Colton with a good run through that outside line. Looks to have the momentum off the exit of the corner as Ian still and Jax. Oh, they're almost side-by-side contact.
As we got a car barely into the wall, way back in the pack. As Dylan Barron's looking to the inside of Hunter Hughes for second now.
Could possibly see. Ascend up the inside from Dylan. Looks to the low line. Can he make it stick on corner exit?
Dylan Barron sticking his nose in there on turn number 2. Can't quite make it work. However,
as Jax Malin has kept that spot over Ian Miller after they were side by side for a good handful of laps. As now Hunter Hughes has got a run on Colton Gardner as seemed to be checking up into turn 1. As Jax looking to the inside, can't quite make it stick.
everybody now starting to settle in. We're back to single file with 20 to go this time across the start finish. As I accidentally clicked the starting grid, but you can see it right there.
P3 just slightly breaking away from Brian McKinney. As Ian Miller down to the inside and makes that pass stick.
Yeah, and that's back for P5, as now we have Colton Gardner being pressured once again by Hunter Hughes. Hunter Hughes looking for back-to-back wins.
Just can't get that move to stick. As Dylan Byrnes hanging on to these top two in last race.
As Colton Gardner looking to keep his 8 consecutive podium streak going. This race, which started at Bristol on January 31st, about 3 months ago. In that streak, he's got 6 wins, 1 P2 and 1 P3. Looking to make that 7 wins with 9 straight podiums tonight.
It would be an impressive record if he can pull it off. But he's got Hunter Hughes all over the back of him. Hunter Hughes, who last 2 seasons, while Colton Gardner was dominating, he was in the
broadcast booth.
Yeah. So he did not have a chance to battle with Colton, but now he does.
Back single file on the back stretch, heading into turn number 3.
I think they're just settling in here, single file. Starting to see the top
Everyone's
2,
settled in
as they have been. Just taking care of their tires a bit better, it seems like.
Yeah, and as everything's settled in here, let's take a look at the number 18 of Hunter Hughes. Let's take a look at this livery here on the Ford of Hunter Hughes. You can see his Twitch logo, or the Twitch logo, big up front. Hunter, yeah on Twitch. Something like that.
The top 2 got over a second lead to P3. So they just seem to somehow keep pace at the start and then drive away at the end.
As Hunter, I will have to ask him why. Does he have a Twitch livery? However, he is not live on Twitch anymore.
Oh,
wait, maybe he is.
Oh,
he is.
Oh, okay. I may have to ask Trevor, why didn't you look in the first place?
There you have it. Hunter Hughes is live on Twitch at Hunt, FTW1, whatever that stands for.
As Dylan Byrnes has dropped off hard from these 3. Brian McKinney's all over the back of him.
Yeah, Colton Gardner seems to be checking out here. About 7 tenths is the gap now.
Colton Gardner looking a repeat of last stage, just saving it to the end and just checking out with 10 laps to go.
As a record for Wednesday Night Dash, a record of 19 cars took the green flag last week. We have all but 2 once again this week, making out for a pretty good race so far. And 8 rookies also took the green flag last week, as we got a battle here for 3rd between Dylan Behrens and...
I do think that was Brian McKinney looking up the inside of Dylan Behrens, who we've been seeing drop back quite a bit, and now he can't...
As also, here comes the 48 of Ian Miller looking to the inside. Ian Miller to the inside of Brian McKinney for P4.
Could Ian get 2 for 1? Not quite. No, looks like Brian's going to have that run around the outside.
No, looks like Ian can't even get one, let alone two for one.
No. Man, would have been cool.
As Hunter Hughes now
Hunter Hughes
a
dropping
second and
way
a
back
half
from
behind Colton
Gardner.
Gardner. Maybe he used up too much of his
All
tires
his
as we have 10 laps to go, coming to 9 this time across the line.
Yeah, that gap has opened up to 1.7 seconds. It's a huge gap for just one car to drive away like that. As Brian McKinney all over the back of Dylan Behrens. I hope I'm saying that right.
The 48 once again taking a huge dive to the inside. It's Ian Miller on the number 8 of Brian McKinney. But also, once again, can't quite make a stick.
That gap.
As we're back to Colton Gardner, you can see the gap here.
I'd like to see if we could get a lap time comparison of the last few laps between the leader and Hunter Hughes.
Yes.
That gap is just about to get to 2
as we take a look at Dylan Behrens here in the number 1 car. In third.
As Ian got Brian McKinney. He has made that pass. See if Brian can come back through 3 and 4. But Ian looks to have that
just 3 tenths away from a podium here. There's our difference between Dylan Behrens and Ian Miller. However, let's look at the difference between the number 40 of Colton Gardner and Hunter Hughes in second. As once again, why are we in kilometers per hour? Let's go ahead and switch that up. As we can see, the difference is previous laps. Colton Gardner 2 tenths quicker last lap.
That's a solid chunk. He fell off as... Okay, now down to 110. Colton not quite as fast.
As let's take a look back at this battle for P3. The number 1 of Dylan Behrens. Ian Miller right on his back now. Looking for a move as we're coming up to just 5 laps to go.
It looks like a repeat of last stage. Colton Gardner and Ian Miller coming back towards the end of the race. And
it looks to the outside. Oh, they make contact.
Contact! As
huge contact.
The number 1 of Dylan Behrens.
As that's going to just lose him a position as here comes the number 8 of Brian McKinney looking on the inside of Ian Miller. He won't quite get it. Ian Miller is going to keep that 4th position.
As he's already got a run back on the number 1.
As the 48
right on the back
behind him.
Same move as last time.
Looks to the inside, looks to the outside. 4 laps to go. Ian Miller from 6th at the start of the stage. Looks back to the inside. Huge block.
Massive block.
By Dylan Behrens.
Oh, man. If you could block
Ian Miller, the huge move. Here comes Ian Miller.
Oh, 4
back
laps
again.
to go. Coming to
3 laps to go.
These two going at it for P3.
Ian Miller looking back to the outside.
Running around the outside. As looking low on exit. Trying same move as last time. Can't quite get to the inside.
Ian Miller maybe setting up a move here, but the 2 behind him also now catching up. Looks back to the inside, another block.
They almost touch each other again.
Ian Miller now looks high.
2 laps
Just
to
2
go.
laps to go. Here comes the number 8
And
of Brian
there
McKinney
is
once again.
Brian McKinney. As someone wide in the back of our
Looks
shot.
back to the
into
inside.
wall.
He's going to get blocked once again all the way down below the
On the
line.
white line. They're continuing to go at it on the final 2 laps.
Coming around turn 4. White flag in the air. Here comes the 48.
As that is...
Looks high.
Okay, he might be... He's finally alongside. Can he make it stick? Around the
Around turn
outside.
1. Going around turn 2,
As he
side by
very
side
well,
onto the back
side
stretch.
by side. Final lap battle.
Oh, they touch.
Contact. They're rubbing. Going through the
Hey,
final
yo.
corners
Going
now.
around turn 3.
As Colton
He
Garner
looks to
takes
throw a
the
block.
lead.
In the
He
wall.
puts him in the wall. He
And
puts him in
Dylan
the wall.
Burns.
That's gonna
The
allow
third to number 8.
He saves
To
it.
4th.
What a finish. What a finish.
Wow.
As Bill takes the, I think, P4
That's the number 8.
through the
And
grass.
the 90
Oh my,
or the
staying in the
911
back
able
there, the
to
number
pass
911.
Ian Miller there on the final little stretch. However, your winner, Colton Gardner, with his
With a
7th
dominating
win
win. 3
in the
seconds.
past, like 9 races or something. Keeps his podium streak up now to 9 races. As, the number 8 is not happy.
Turns him.
Brian McKinney is not happy with
I don't
Dylan
think I would
Burns.
be very happy after being blatantly put into a wall.
Except Ian Miller was the one that was put into the wall, so...
Oh, yeah, wrong car.
Let's take a replay,
Let's take
or
a
look at a replay
I-
of that, of him getting spun out. Who was that?
That was...
It was Brian McKinney, the number 8, I believe, that got spun out. Let's see if we can find this again.
As Colton Gardner, meanwhile, celebrating
We can't find it. Anyways, let's take a
dominating
look,
victory.
or let's interview here the top 3. Here they are. Let's start with Dylan Behrens. Yeah,
What
Will,
a finish.
you
Yeah.
got this one, Will.
Okay. So, massive revving on the final lap. A battle that had been going on for about 10 laps. What's your side of this story?
Coming towards the end of the run, I was getting so aero tight around the bottom. I mean, I was completely hand over fist on the wheel. I didn't mean to get into the 48 truck. I was trying to stay off of him as good as I could, and I just kept coming up the track. And at that point, we were coming to the checkered, so I wasn't gonna lift. And it kind of goes back to what happened at Pocono, but it was just a racing deal. And if he's mad about it, oh well, I was hand over fist. There was nothing I could do about it.
Well, it sure made for an exciting finish to watch. As Trevor, you want to take an interview of the leaders?
Yeah, so that was a great finish there. For about the last like 10 laps or something. Looks like you threw a few blocks maybe. And then eventually he was unable to get a pass. Ian Miller ended up actually falling down to 8th, but I have no questions, to be honest.
That was a good race.
Yeah,
Although,
that was just a great finish.
Colton Gardner drove away there at the last 10 laps while that battle was going on. 3-second lead coming to the checkered flag. What'd you do this time different from last race, or you just... I think it was you that said you didn't really like Pocono. Well, it definitely is showing this time.
Pocono's not ever really one of my best racetracks in any league I've been in. And coming here to Atlanta, I knew the track temps they'd play a factor in everything. But last week there's virtually no tire wear because of the cool temps of Pocono, and with the dirty air, it's just really hard to pass in these trucks, no matter where you go. But I knew saving my tires would eventually be able to help me prevail.
Well, it sure did with that 3-second gap to P2. All right.
Yep. Oh yeah, and I'd like to thank all my sponsors and supporters. French Bra Fire and Rescue, Jiffy Lube, Castle Garen Creations, Carolina Legion, Dubby, Moza. Everybody helps this thing go around, and good race there to Hunter and Dylan. It's really cool to be able to have almost all of us up there, and really cool to have a SMR podium, and hopefully next week at Daytona we can do the same.
Yeah, so obviously tracks like Pocono and Atlanta here, more skilled tracks than Daytona is going to be. How do you expect to keep up your 9-race podium streak next week at Daytona?
Just stay out of the mess, not getting any wrecks or nothing, and try and be in position at the end of the race is going to be most important. I've got a history in this league of getting caught up in crashes, and yeah, I hope the script's a little different for next week at Daytona. It's one of my favorite tracks. I love plate racing. So,
All right, thanks for taking the time to come talk with us, Colton. Once
thank you for
again,
broadcasting.
Hunter. So you were back and forth with Colton there for most of the race, just unable to get around him when it mattered. What do you think it was that allowed Colton to pull away then?
I mean, the short answer is I just burned my stuff up too early. Atlanta is very, very deceptive. You find yourself pushing 100% when you don't want to. I know the first run, my tires were at like 60%. Like they were very, very worn down. So then in the second half, I was like, okay, I know, like I know that I need to save more because Colton got by me with a couple laps to go in the first half. So I know that he had the better long run speed. Colton is one of the best in our league for saving tires. I don't know how he does it, but he's incredibly good at saving tires. So I knew I kind of had to back up my corners and just kind of back up my runs and stuff. So I tried that in the second half, but with just the energy of the pack, you just kind of are naturally pushing 100% the whole time. And then it really slowed down about 10 laps to go or something like that. But at that point, my stuff was already gone. And then Colton was able just to drive away.
All right. I think we're going to bring Ian in here. Trevor.
Yeah.
See what he says.
Yeah, let's see what
Ian, yeah.
Ian has to say about
I don't know if
this.
you guys seen the replay. Trevor's sharing a screen.
So yeah, real quick for anybody in the broadcast still here, let's take a look at this final lap one more time. So this is coming to the white flag.
No, yeah, it's white flag.
Yeah, this is white flag right here. I thought Ian had it right there when he went to the high side, and then
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel good about how the race ended. That's all I got to say on it. So
Yeah. Oh,
and that was your top 3 or 4/3 that battle ended up deciding. So thank you for everybody coming out tonight. Let's take a look at the remaining schedule for the season. We can now cross Atlanta off. We got Daytona next week at night. That should be a really good race. And then we're on the Worldwide Technology at Gateway, New Hampshire, Homestead, Sonoma. The only road course of the season, Michigan, Charlotte, and then finishing off with Las Vegas. So
you guys can leave, by the way.
So, yeah, thank you for everybody coming out to watch the broadcast tonight. And we'll see you next week from Daytona. Bye.
All right.